As early as 1996, monitoring of the country's rivers showed that only 51% of the classified rivers still met the standards for their most beneficial use. The rest were already polluted from domestic, industrial, and agricultural sources. Most studies point to the fact that domestic wastewater is the principal cause of organic pollution at 48% of our water bodies. Yet, only 3% of investments in water supply and sanitation were going to sanitation and sewage treatment.
A recent World Bank report pointed out that Metro Manila was second to the lowest in sewer connections among major cities in Asia and less than 7% compared to 20% for Kathmandu, Nepal and 30% for Dhaka, Bangladesh. 31% of all illnesses in the country are attributed to polluted waters. Clearly, to ensure access to clean water for all Filipinos, it was imperative that government put together a comprehensive strategy to protect water quality.
The Philippine Clean Water Act of 2004, or Republic Act No. 9275, aims to protect the country's water bodies from pollution from land-based sources like industries and commercial establishments, agriculture, and community or household activities. It provides a comprehensive strategy to address the degradation of our water bodies.
RA 9275 prohibits the following. First, discharging or depositing any water pollutant to the water body which will impede the natural flow of the water. Second, discharging, injecting, or allowing to enter into the soil anything that would pollute groundwater. Third, operating facilities that discharge regulated water pollutants without the valid required permits. Fourth, disposal of potentially infectious medical waste into sea by vessels. Fifth, unauthorized transport or dumping into waters of sewage, sludge, or solid waste.
Number 6. Transport, dumping, or discharge of prohibited chemical substances or pollutants listed under toxic chemicals, hazardous, and nuclear. Number 7. Discharging regulated water pollutants without a valid required discharge permit pursuant to this Act. Number 8. Non-compliance of the LGU with the Water Quality Framework and Management Area Action Plan. Number 9. Operate facilities that discharged or allowed to sip willfully or through grave negligence prohibited chemicals, substances, or pollutants listed under RA number 6969 into water bodies. Number 10. Undertake activities or development and expansion of projects or operating wastewater treatment or sewerage facilities in violation of PD 1586 and its IRR.
Any violation on this RA are subject to a penalty ranging from 10,000 to 3 million depending on the level of violation. Criminal charges may also be filed for extreme violations.
The Pasig River is considered as the world's most polluting river when it comes to plastic waste, according to research published by the American Association for the Advancement of Science. Aside from Pasig, the list of top 50 rivers that carried the most trash into the ocean included 18 more from the Philippines. These rivers are Tulyahan, Maykawayan, Pampanga, Libmanan, Rio Grande de Mindanao, Agno, Agusan, Parañaque, Iloilo, Imus, Zapote, Cagayan de Oro, Davao, Malaking Tubig, Tamboin Pasay, Halaur, Cagayan, and Hamulawon. The Philippines is also said to be the country with the highest average probability for a plastic particle to reach the ocean in a year at 7.2%.
The Iloilo River is among the trademarks of this capital city, but little ugly creatures hide within its waters. Hundreds of thousands of coliform bacteria. A high coliform count suggests sewage pollution. EMB Region 6's Technical Support Specialist, Catherine Marcia Moleta, said the high coliform count is due to the residential houses along the Iloilo River having no standard septic tanks. Some residents resort to opening defecation, and yet some dump their waste to the river. Thus, they recommended strengthening the information education campaign on solid waste management in the river. The city government leads cleanup drives for the Iloilo River. An ordinance authored by Councilor R. Leon Herachi, passed in August 2017, established the septage management program in the city. The ordinance requires all households, businesses, and institutions to have their standard septic tanks. They are also required to clean these waste facilities every 3 to 5 years. The septage management system is mandated by Republic Act 9275 or the Clean Water Act of 2004.
Boracay restoration have been a big issue last 2018. It shows how tourism growth can affect the marine ecosystem. The island was closed to tourists due to a conduct of rehabilitation on the island to resolve the worsening sewage condition there. The tourism boom on Boracay brought jobs and investment, but strained the island's water and rubbish disposal systems and its sewer system. In a survey of the island's sewerage facilities carried out in February this year, the vast majority of residential and business properties, 716 out of 834, were found to have no discharge permit and were presumably draining waste water directly into the sea.
Boracay's temporary closure may have affected the business and tourism sectors of the island, but the government believes that it was a sacrifice to a mistake so that the next generation can still experience the true beauty of this island paradise.
Water quality challenges such as excessive nutrients, climate change, emerging contaminants, and the development of new technologies are some of the modern challenges faced by our water resources as of the moment. The water quality and quantity challenges of the 21st century can only be addressed through management of water quality based on the watershed approach. We must focus on a holistic management approach that examines all sources of impairment in the watershed and how to achieve the best water quality at a lower cost. Second, a unified approach to drinking water and clean water management. A modern one water statutory approach is needed that integrates both drinking water and clean water in the same way that the public has always viewed water as one common resource to be managed in an integrated fashion. Third, empowering utilities and communities to prioritize clean water compliance. Local communities are best able to prioritize their investments and map out a path to meet their clean water obligations.
Water is a finite resource and the supplies on Earth today are no more than what was there at the beginning of the planet. We should manage and utilize our water resources wisely simply by making small changes and making water conservative a part of our daily routine. Saving water translates into saving energy and money.
Let us hold hands in protecting marine ecosystem.
Let us strive to create better tomorrow.
As promote quality management of waters.
Protect water, protect lives.